people are joining. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. How's your fast been today? Hope it's all been good. Hope you enjoyed last night's talk. Alhamdulillah. Hope it was very good. Today's talk, it's gonna be about custody of a child and all that. So, Nazman, do you know when Etikaf starts? Please, can you give me some guidance on Etikaf? Etikaf starts on Saturday night after Maghrib. If you follow Saudi, then it starts on Saturday night. By Maghrib, you need to be in Etikaf. If you follow Morocco or any other country, then it starts on Sunday night at Maghrib time. Okay, so yeah, I hope that helps, inshallah. Working now. Okay, Jazakallah. YouTube is working. Brilliant. I wonder if that brother's still watching, the one whose wife falls asleep. Did your wife fall asleep yesterday as well? I've got an idea, by the way. Yeah, I've got an idea for you. If your wife fell asleep yesterday, I have a wicked idea. Wicked. Farazana says, all good, alhamdulillah. All good. Right. Jazakallah khair. MashaAllah. People are joining. Welcome, welcome. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban bikum. Welcome, everybody. It was a lovely day today, and then it somehow just started raining, and it's still raining, and it's a bit cool. I won't say cold, but cool. Salams from Barira. Oh my gosh. Right. Salams Moulana. To give you an update from our conversation last night regarding my wife falling asleep. She stayed awake for the full program yesterday. The moment it finished, she told me, Ungaiwi, and she knocked off. I haven't a clue what is in the air during the program. Always. Anyways, as I really miss her and love her company so much, she is in my home. She is in my home. I need to take your advice on board by sprinkling water on her to wake her up. I'll keep you updated, inshallah, on her reaction tonight. If she falls asleep, I'll just tell her that this is the advice Moulana Khalil gave me, as it's the only ilaj. So I went ahead with the advice given. Hopefully that should save me from wearing shades. Brilliant. Okay, I got an idea that, if your wife falls asleep, right? If your wife falls, sorry, I'm not managed to read any message out of Instagram yet. If your wife falls asleep, just say to her, okay, if you fall asleep, I'm going to my mate's house, innit? Just say that if you fall asleep, I'm going to go to my mate's house. And just go to your mate's house for one day. Then I'm sure she'll stay awake for you, inshallah. Anyway, inshallah, alhamdulillah. At least your wife stays awake for at least your wife stays awake for the show, alhamdulillah. After that, if she goes to sleep, I've got no qualms, I've got no problems. Then go to sleep if you have to, man. Maybe you need to do something to keep your wife awake. Assalamu alaikum, Moulana Sahib. A big shout out to the Wadi family who have vacated their front room for the last 12 Ramazans for us to do Tarawih. Big salams to the Wadi family, mashallah. Well done to you guys, well done. May Allah grant the Wadis the best of both worlds and illuminate their house with nur. Ameen, 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 ameen. I want to give a special shout out to two lovely people today, two lovely families, right? One is Arif Master, right? He sent, mashallah, beautiful chips and 6 sliders. Brilliant. I only had one, right? Because, I didn't expect it. And a big jazakallah khair to Arif. I heard you made them. A big jazakallah. I was told you made them, right? Then the reporter told me that your kids, Maliha and Zaid, also made them. And then I got a third text message saying, no, Maliha, Zaid, Arif and Farah all put together, family fortunes, all got together and made the delicious sliders and chips. So big jazakallah khair to you, Arif. May Allah bless you. May Allah reward you, inshallah, and your family. It would be lovely if your bro took a leaf out of your book and started doing the same thing as well, inshallah. And your cousin brother Yaqub, by the way. And also a special jazakallah call to Fiza and family who sent some delicious akni today. It came all in one today. Akni from Fiza's house, a beautiful akni, carrot na achar, salad as well, milkshake as well. So big jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah. So jazakallah khair. No, sorry, because you look like you've had 3 starters, sliders. No, only one, alhamdulillah. Salam Zamke, did you happen to sing earlier? I'm driving home. I'm sure the weather was nice before your show started, Ahmed.
No, I've not started singing yet. If I start singing, brother, it'll be much worse than this. It'll be much worse than this. Where's Nalio gone? We had Nalio, Muhammad, the science teacher, the maths teacher. He was on last week full, and this week I haven't seen him for the last 2 days. Where's my man disappeared to? Where is the teacher gone? Maybe he got a good telling off of the missus. Oh, he's gone somewhere. I don't know where he's gone, man. But anyway, Jazakallah khair for all your messages. Salams from Hafiz Qasim. I lead Taraweeh. Hafiz Qasim, Mubarak to you. And Mubarak to every Taraweeh reader. Because you know what? I have nothing but absolute envy. I salute the Tarabi people. I'm so proud of them. It make me so happy that those boys standing on Musalla and they read Tarabi. Wow, I salute you, boys. I salute you. And may Allah reward you and your parents on the day of Qiyamah. May Allah Ta'ala reward you and your parents with the highest stage in Jannah. Boy, oh boy, to stand on that Musalla and to read Tarabi namaz, it's no small job. Trust me, it's so difficult, right? It's so difficult. So I absolutely have so much respect for those boys who go and stand on that musalla and read Tarawih namaz. And you could do it for 20 years, but there's still pressure. I asked the boys, I've asked many people, the pressure is there. But you know what? People still complain, Moli sahab bahut slow Tarawih parawe. I don't know what people have got in their heads that you have to finish quickly and fast. I guess we're so used to 1 hour 15, 1 hour 20. Right, that's fine. Sometimes if you go a minute or 2 minutes over and it's like, oh my God, there's an uproar in the masjid. Hafiz Sahib read very, very slowly today. Come on, man. Give these guys a break, man. Give these guys a break. Yaqub Master says, Salams Maulana. Shout out to Arif Master, the legendary Arif Master, mashallah, who made his amazing sliders with his daughter, Maliha, son Zaid, and his wife Farah. Big jazakallah khair to Yaqub. And waiting for some sliders to slide out from your house, inshallah. That's the only thing left, Yaqub. It could be dal chow that can slide out from your house. It could be sliders that slide out from your house. But make something happen, Yaqub. Let's make this Ramadan the month where something slides out from your house, Yaqub, inshallah. Salams to Munir from Hafiz Suhail Sidat. Salams to Munir from Hafiz Suhail Sidat. Guys, right, today, as you know, I've got to finish at around 11 o'clock exactly. So, and I've got a very important talk. So I'm going to give myself 2 more minutes, inshallah, for... oh yeah, by the way, after me, Dr. Rizwan, right? Okay, let me ask a question to you guys. Have any of you ever had cupping done before? Quick question and answer. Have you ever had cupping done before? Any of you? Yes? No? Please let me know. 077 488 055 077 488 5. Yes, says the first. Fatima Kacho. Yes, says Zarina Ben. Yes, says somebody. Taslima says, yo, the ones who said... You can say no if you've not had it done, right, before. Amrin says, yes. Saddam's Maulana, yes, I have. Okay, yes. It looks like quite a few of you have cupping before. So Dr. Rizwan is, oh, Nalio, you're here, finally. Where you been? I've not seen you. Hussein Muhammad. Okay, so Dr. Rizwan is coming on after me at 11 o'clock tonight, inshallah. So guys, he's made a special request. Can you give him support, inshallah, ta'ala? He's going to take your questions. He's going to take phone calls, messages, and any support you want regarding cupping, regarding your back, about your physique, about your body, anything, he's the man. I have phobia through if the circles. No, seriously, it's not. It's don't worry about it. There's nothing. Honestly, it's just a little scratch on your back, right? Or depends where you have it done. But it's so good for you. It's so good. I would highly recommend it. We have so many ladies who do cupping for ladies. We have so many guys do it for guys. But it's something. It freaks me out. No, seriously, don't get freaked out. Inshallah, about it. It's good. It's sunnah, and get it done. Inshallah. And Dr. Rizwan, when he comes tonight, he'll probably talk about it. Sunnah too. Yes, Nadis. All right, I got a question. Sanas Maulana, my question today. But I just wanted to say for your response on Friday. What you do for the community radio, etc., which is all voluntary. Then yesterday's talk, which was beautiful and very touching, we, the listeners, don't realize how much preps are involved or the work you do behind the scenes to deliver your talks. You will always have our du'as, but as a token of our appreciation for everything you do, I'm sure the viewers will agree with me and would love to do something for you in return. It's the least we can do, eh? This is interesting. So, Maulana, you may ask, and we will try to deliver. We, the listeners, are feeling very generous in this blessed month, so ask away, okay? It's the most amazing thing I've ever invested in and also done. Okay, do any of you agree with this text message that came in now? So, Maulana, you may ask, and we will try to deliver. We, the listeners, are feeling very generous in this blessed month. Do you agree to this text message? Then I can ask what I feel like asking. I've got to think about this one. Masha, looks like the viewers and the listeners are in a good spirits today, good mood today. Okay, Fatima Kacho says yes, of course. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody's on board. P.S. You can't type your own messages. Right. Yes, okay. Let's see if we get a few more people. Right? We've had 3 people said yes so far. Yes. I don't know. Agree, but terms and conditions apply because you might ask for an unbelievable amount of food. Oh man, food is the easy bit. Food is the easy bit, man. I'm not gonna ask for food, man. Ramzan, there's so much barakah in the food. Ramzan, there's so much barakah in food. Only subhanallah, your food usually lasts for 2 days at least, man. Then the neighbors will send, and somebody else will send season tickets to Anfield. Yeah, not like I can get that done anyway. Hi, much you are paying the boys for the community. Yes, yes. By how? Okay. A bit of Islamic view and reminders to the women who withhold, alienate fathers from their children. I have spent thousands to get a court order to see my 1-year-old daughter. I'm going to touch on that today, inshallah. I am going to touch on that subject. So just bear with me, inshallah, in a few minutes. Salams, what's the number for the text line? The text number is 077 488 55055 077 488 55055. Did I say it right? 077 488 55055. Salams MK, you're my favorite presenter alongside Zed, says Sami. Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much for your kind words, Sami, Yusuf. Right. I'm going to read the sunnah of the day today. Right? And I think it's very relevant. And then I'm going to come on to my talk because my dad, Farooq Dada, gives you salams. Give your dad, Farooq Dada, lots of my salams as well. You know, it's about kajur today, dates. Now, iftari time, we all have dates. So let me just tell you a few things about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do when having dates. I'm still thinking about that question, yeah, what I want from all of you today, right? Or what I might want from all of you. Not all of you. Yeah, all of you. Let me just say, I'll put a request to all of you, inshallah, since you are in generous mood and spirits, alhamdulillah. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to have water and kajur. Water and dates. This was standard by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, number 1. Number 2, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to eat dates and musk melon. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to eat dates and musk melon. Okay? Remember this, guys. Sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Another one is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to eat dates and cucumber. Dates and cucumber. Now, I sometimes go to the Peace Center for iftari, and I love going to the Peace Center because you know what? They have kajur, they have dates, and within the dates they put melon, and they also put cucumber, which is a sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, guys, I would highly recommend to maybe follow this sunnah because it's the month of Ramadan. We have kajur at home as well. We have dates at home. Why not have cucumber and kajur together, or musk melon and kajur together, inshallah. All right, that's one thing. So also, that's one thing. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to have kajur and water, dates and water. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to have dates and musk melon. Right? And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to have dates and cucumber. Right? Right. Just Google it. I had to Google it as well. It's one of the smaller melons. So you get the melon, you get the watermelon. It's just like a smaller melon. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also used to have cucumber and salt. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to have cucumber and salt. Right? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to have watermelon and dates as well. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to have watermelon and dates as well. Watermelon and dates. Try it. And watermelon and dates is awesome. Watermelon and dates is absolutely brilliant. The beautiful thing is that one is cool, one is hot. Kajur is hot, cucumber is cool. So it brings a balance. Too much kajur is too hot. Too much cucumber is too cool. So both Rasulullah put them together, and he puts them together, so it brings a perfect balance to the body. So keep that in mind, folks. Also, but having a lot of cucumber and kajur, makes you put on weight as well. Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha says that when I was going to get married to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, my mother wanted me to put on weight. So she fed me cucumbers and kajur. So too much cucumbers and kajur, you might put on weight as well. So I thought I just mentioned that. So guys, from tomorrow, inshallah, maybe try the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, kajur and water. I'm sure we have dates and water all the time. Dates and cucumber, dates and watermelon. Try that, inshallah. At least because we have dates anyway, just add cucumber to it, inshallah. And at least we'll get the reward of the sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam. So that's today's sunnah done, inshallah. Have everything in moderation. Yes, of course, have everything in moderation. Right, people, I'm going to touch on this subject, right? I've got a few messages here. I've got brother Irfan. His name is Irfan. He's listening to the show. I usually call him the Don, right? I think he used to, back in his days, used to watch a lot of Indian movies. Right? And when this guy walks, right, through the streets of Highfields, you think this guy is the Don. So Irfan the Don, if you're listening, salams to you and your family. I hope Ramzan's going extremely, extremely well for you, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. Keep us in your wonderful and wonderful du'as, inshallah, the Don Irfan. All right. What time? I got 29 minutes. Right, I got 30 minutes to go. Okay, guys, I'm going to start my talk early today because I've got to still do the giveaway yet, and I've got to deliver this speech yet. Now, this, Bismillahir Rahman, let me just start. Say, Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa nusallim ala rasulihil karim amma ba'd. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. My dear respected brothers and sisters, this is a topic which is quite sensitive. I'm going to try my very best to be neutral, and I'm going to try to be helpful for the men. I'm going to be helpful for the women, inshallah. I am not going to be biased at all, right, inshallah. But I'm going to say things how it is, which I think is correct. May Allah guide me to say the truth, inshallah, and may Allah protect me from making any kind of mistakes, because it is a very sort of sensitive, delicate subject. So I'm going to try to get the balance right, inshallah. And I make dua to Allah. Allah gives me tawfiq to say the right things, inshallah. Ta'ala. So, first of all, my brothers and sisters, in Islam, obviously when the couple get married, husband, wife get married, the idea is that they're going to live together long term and they're going to hopefully make this marriage work and not to split up at all. That's the idea behind it. Some marriages, what actually happens in marriages, some marriages have children, some marriages don't have children. Where there's no children involved in a marriage, then there's not so much of a problem. Where the issue becomes is when a marriage is broken and things don't work out and children are involved in the marriage. First of all, regarding talaq and divorce, let me just mention to you folks that the worst halal thing in Islam is divorce. The worst halal thing in Islam is divorce. It's not that you can't give divorce, you can't give talaq, you can. If you think this is a very toxic marriage, it's a really bad marriage, it's not going anywhere, you've tried, getting hakama min ahlihi wa hakama min ahliha, you've tried to get people from both sides together, you've tried to sort it out, and it's not worked in the end, then you don't have to live for the sake of children, you don't have to live for the sake of family, you've got to look at your own future as well. You've got to sort of, I'm not saying being selfish, but you've got to look at yourself as well. You don't live in a marriage where you're going to be upset all the time and down about it all the time. So in the end, you are allowed to split up, you are allowed to go your own ways. But there's a way of going about it. There is a way of going about it. Number one, folks, is we are in our sort of Indian mentality, right? Indian mentality, or Asian mentality, I don't know how it's India, Pakistan mentality, right? Is we always think that you have to give 3 talaqs to end a marriage, right? That's not the case. One is sufficient. 1 talaq suffices and is sufficient. You just got to say very nicely, I am giving you 1 talaq. It's done. You don't have to say, I am giving you 3 talaqs, and you don't do things that way. Islam is, you've got to be civilized about it. You've got to be civilized about it. And I still get these cases many times when people would phone and they're crying and they say, Moulana, we've just given 3 talaqs and, I was angry and I didn't really mean it, but I just said it in that moment and spurred the moment. She, provoked me. I got angry and this happened and she encouraged me and she said, go on, give it to me then. And I gave it to her. And then when the dust settles, you realize, oh my God, what have I done? This is the thing. When you give 1 talaq, you can get back together. You can give 2 talaqs, you can get back together. When it's 3, it's game, set, and match. It's all over. There's no going back. I know people look for a way out, and people say, well, according to some ulama, 3 counts as 1. Until all the Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, rahmatullah alayh, according to all our scholars, 3 is 3, not 1. Okay, so people look on the internet, but I've heard one mufti and I've heard Google mufti say this and I heard Google mufti say that. My brothers and sisters, if you're going to look for a loophole, you'll find any loophole. As simple as that. If you're going to look for the loophole, you will find one, no problem at all, no problem at all. But then you're changing because of your own, to bring ease and comfort in your life, right? And that's wrong. You can't pick and choose in Islam, and you can't pick and choose. But anyway, I don't go off point because talaq is another subject for maybe another day if I get a chance. But if you're going to go your own ways, do it nicely. And talaq is not the best of things. It's not like, you want to do it, but sometimes the situation is such where it's better you go your own way. So Folks, one talaq is sufficient. One talaq is sufficient. Bring somebody into it, bring your local alim into it. You know what, I used to deal with a lot of talaq cases before, right? But you know what, it's so draining. I swear it's so draining because people don't say the truth half the time, right? They hide the truth, they don't say the truth, and you got to go ask them again, and then Alhamdulillah, I've cut out. You know, there's so many alims in Leicester now, there's so many muftis in Leicester now. So I let people, other alims and other muftis deal with them. And because I tell you, I'm done with it. I've had many, many years of people coming to me, and it's just very, very hard work and emotionally draining. Emotionally, very, very draining. So give one if you're going to do it, right? Give one. Also, folks, try to avoid going through. If you've done a civil marriage, then you're going to go through the court. If you've not done a civil marriage, then obviously you can do it emaj. But what I'm trying to say, get some alim involved and get people from the family who are from both sides, who are fair-minded people, fair-minded and understand Sharia, fair-minded and understand Sharia. So right now, whose house did they been living in? Is it a joint house? Is it the guy's house? Is it the lady's house? Whose house is it in? Right. So you need to sort all of that magajmari out, right? Because that's not easy to sort out, because sometimes it's the guy's house, right? And the law of this country is, well, you know, the guy is on his bike, and the lady will stay in the house, the children will stay with her, and he has to find his own house. Then he has to give a certain percentage of his wealth as well. So rather than go through the courts, because courts will cost you as well, courts cost a lot of money, go through an alim, go through some understanding, and avoid going through the courts, because you as husband and wife will save a lot of money, right? They save a lot of money, right? Then you can decide what's right and what's wrong. Islamically, what is right and what is wrong. That is the whole purpose behind it, right? That's what you want to do. You got to follow Sharia. You know, the funny thing is, we follow Sharia when we want to follow Sharia, and then no, we sometimes want to follow the law of this land, but then we put Sharia into one side. We pick and choose. When Sharia suits us, we'll follow Sharia. When Sharia doesn't suit us, we won't follow the Sharia, we'll follow the law of this land. So we'll choose what works for us, what doesn't work for us. But in short, folks, if you're going to have to break up and you're going to have to split up, make sure it's only one talaq. Get a mufti involved, get somebody, 2 members of the family involved, and then sit down nicely and decide who the car belongs to, who the house belongs to, who this belongs to, who that belongs to. Sort it out nicely. That's regarding the assets, right? Then obviously the big part is the children, right? And this is where what I'm going to say, no matter how much bitterness and hatred there is amongst the husband and wife, whatever your reason of breakup, whatever reason you're splitting up, only Allah Ta'ala knows, right? Because you know what it is? It's always going to be his word against her word against his word. And that's why I always tell people, when you break up for whatever reason, nobody else needs to know the reason. Because people actually love it. Hambairu, have you heard? Somebody's daughter's got talaq, somebody's sons, he gave talaq, their marriage is broken up, they've been 6 months into the marriage, or 4 months into the marriage, or 5 years into the marriage, or 25 years into the marriage. Everybody, unfortunately, I hate to say this, but people almost get pleasure out of marriages breaking up. It's a sad time we live in. It's a sad time living. So, you should, because you know what? People, then the worst is then if you go onto social media and you put it on, she was like this and he was like that, she was like this and he was like that, and you're just throwing dirt at each other. One day he'll say something, next day she'll say something, then he'll respond and she'll respond and he responds and she responds, and it gets filthy and dirty. Can you not just say, right? Can you not just say, okay, you know what? We make an agreement. Things didn't work out between us. Things didn't work out between us. Hence the reason we're both going our own ways. We're going our own ways. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Now, when it comes to the children, what does Sharia say about children? First of all, let's look at what Sharia say regarding the custody of the children. If they're girls, if they're young girls, right, then obviously, according to Islam, the mother is responsible for the upbringing of the girls. Okay? I hope you got that, guys. The mother is responsible. There's different. I was reading upon it today. Some have said until the girls get married. Some people say until the girls reach the age of puberty. But until then, because remember, what makes a house? It's not just one parent doesn't make. A father on his own is not good enough. A mother on her own is not good enough. The kids need a father and the kids need a mother. Understand? That's what makes a family. Okay, the family's been split up over here for whatever reason it may be, but to deprive a partner from seeing their children, and his brother who sent me a message yesterday, he sent me a message today as well, right? Yeah, and as I said, another age is until the age of 7 years old, an age of 7 years old, right? So I've heard both. I've read upon both. All right. Now, so that's according to Sharia, right? But what usually happens once the mother takes the custody? Okay, let's say the mother takes the custody of a child. Whoever takes the custody of a child is usually majority of the time it's the mother that takes the custody of the child, right? Do not deprive your husband from seeing the child. He is the father, and at the end of the day, you two didn't get on. You two had problems. You two had issues. You two used to fight. You two didn't like each other. But the child loves his father, and the child loves the mother, right? And then the worst bit is when you don't just deprive your son or daughter from seeing the father, right? And sisters, don't get me wrong, but this, I'm just going to say how it is today. And this is the reality, and I've heard it so many times, right? No, I'm going to come to that bit in a minute. Right? Many a times, mothers will deprive, and not only deprive, they would also brainwash their children against the father. Your father was like this, your father was like that, and your father was like this, and wallahi, I've seen fathers cry. I've seen fathers cry who are dying to see their children, but the mothers will not let them see their children. They'll take them to the cleaners. They'll make it so difficult for them. They'll make it so hard for them that the father doesn't get to see the child. And the guy will try so hard that I want to see my child, but the mother will say, nah. And then sometimes it's only once every week, or once every 2 weeks, or maybe a weekend, etc., etc. Please don't do this, man. If the father's got the custody, I would say the same thing as well. If a father has custody, do not deprive the mother from seeing her son and daughter. But subhanAllah, because every mother has love for the child and every father has love for the child. And to deprive any one of the partners is totally wrong. Now somebody mentioned in the comment over there that some fathers don't want to see the children. Well, you know what? That's bang out of order. I wouldn't even class that person as a father, or I wouldn't even class that person as a mother. Because I've heard both sides. There's sometimes when the father gives talaq and he walks away from his wife, he walks away from his son, he walks away from his daughter, and I can't get my head around that, right? And I've also heard the other side as well, where the mothers, they've split up as well, right? And the mother's got married to some other guy and she's just disowned her child, right? And they've disowned the child. So you get fathers who the divorce has happened and he's got married again, and he doesn't want to know the father, he doesn't want to know his children. And there's a mother as well she's got married to somebody else, right? And she doesn't want to know the child, right? So we're trying to get the balance right over here, right? We're trying to get the balance right over here, people, right? So you got to understand, and that's why I said some of you might not agree with me. You might find a bit that monster's sticking up for men. I'm not sticking up for men. I'm being absolutely fair, right? Majority of the times, right? And please forgive me, you might not agree with me, you might want to swear at me, that's totally fine, that's all totally up to you. A lot of the times, the mothers do not let the children go to see the father. However, if the father walks away, then I wouldn't even class him a father. And if the mother walks away, I don't even class him a mother. How can a father walk away from a child when it's his son or daughter? How can a mother, just because she gets married again, walk away from the child? Now, there are some fathers as well who will decide, you know what? I don't want to see my child for 5 years, 10 years, and then after 10 years, he'll realize, oh, I've got a son and daughter. And then he wants to walk into the life of the child. Now, hold on, for 10 years, the mother's been working hard. The mother's been working very, very hard for the upbringing of the child. She's done everything. She's sweaty. She has to do 2-3 jobs, and she's worked so hard. And then 10 years later, the geezer comes and says, you know what? I want to see my son, or I want to spend time with my daughter. And I think that's pretty painful. I think that's pretty painful, where you walk away for so many years and then you sort of wake up one morning and think, you know what, I want to see my son and I want to see my daughter. And I think that's bang out of order. Those fathers who walk away from their wives, okay, the marriage is broken, that's between you and your wife, right? But then you decide not to see your children, then I wouldn't class you as a father. No disrespect to my respected brothers out there, right? But anybody who walks away, right? And at the same time, those mothers who stop their husbands from seeing the children, I don't call you mothers because you're not being fair. Your bitterness with your husband has got the better of you. Your bitterness with your husband has got the better of you, and then now what you're doing, you're not going to see that. You're not letting the husband see the child. Another thing I want to mention as well is the child maintenance. Mother and father have split up. It is still the father's responsibility and duty to provide child maintenance. It is your son, it is your daughter. Give them money. Whatever money is, £200, £300, £500, according to your capacity, give them money. Go to a mufti and sit down and say, Moulana, we've broken up. Mufti said, we've broken up. I've got 2 children. I've got 3 children. This is their age. As a father, how much money should I give my monthly children on a monthly basis? It's very, very simple, very, very different. Very, very simple, right? That's also very, very important. Go to an alim. You know where it gets really horrible is when you go to the courts, right? And then lawyer from that side and a lawyer from that side. You can remember, lawyers don't understand Sharia. Lawyers do not understand Sharia. Lawyers understand money. Get this right, people. Lawyers understand money, right? And they make so much money out of these divorce battles, right? Divorce battles, custody battles, right? And as at least you'll go to an alim or a mufti, they'll explain, listen, this is what you do in Sharia. It's cost effective. They'll tell you the truth. They'll tell you what's right. They tell you what's haq, and tell you the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's the most important thing, right? People go to courts and they get letters written out and this, that, that. My brothers and friends and my mothers and sisters, this is not something which is right. This is not something which is right. That's something we need to avoid. It's something we need to avoid. Going to lawyers, try to sort you out nicely between yourselves with haq, with the right people involved in it. Also, when you're involving people in this, don't involve people who have no idea of Sharia. Don't get ignorant people from either side. You get somebody who are so jahil, very emotional, very angry people. Yeah, I made the change, roll this, I made the okaruhuna, we're going to do this and we're going to make sure we get a custody of a child. Dad's never going to see the child. Subhanallah. You need people with a bit of aql, you need people with intelligence, you need people who are calm and collective and understanding, who can sort this out, not to make things worse. Sorry guys, I can't read your messages out at the moment now. So although you're posting messages, I'd appreciate it if you don't put messages now. So I'm trying to focus, and you can put your messages to me afterwards if you want to, inshallah. And maybe this is a topic which I can continue on another day because there's still a lot to get through, right? Then you get those people as well, right? So I talked about child maintenance. So that as a father, you need to pay child maintenance. You're not paying it to your wife, but you're paying it for your children. You're paying it for your children. That's also very important. The other thing is that sometimes, I've also seen this as well. So they've split up, right? So sometimes the child stays with the mother, and sometimes the child would stay with the father, and they have an agreement, and alhamdulillah. And in some marriages, some people have done it very, very well. Some people have got to compliment and say, mashallah, well done to you. I know you guys didn't get on, but when you split, you decided that the mother will see the child and the father will see the child, and you know, I salute you for that. I salute you for that. That's something very, very brilliant, mashallah. Allah Ta'ala reward you for that, because you're doing absolutely the right thing. There's another problem that comes to mind is here so example, you both moved on. The wife now gets married to some guy, and the husband gets married and he moves on with another woman. The problem is when, this is cheap, this is so true. When the guy gets married to some lady, right, he's married second time, right? And she says, well, you can't go and see your children. And you can't spend on your children. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you cannot spend on your children, you spend on my children, but you can't spend on your children. Now, subhanallah, that's really evil. That's really evil. You get married again second time round, but you still love your children. You still love your children from your first wife. They are your kids. They are your children, no matter what. But then if you're getting married second time around, then your second wife saying to you, you know, you can't see your children, right? It's bad. And it's so traumatic for the children as well. The kids, you don't understand the stress and the trauma this causes the children. There's enough trauma between husband and wife already, right? There's enough trauma between husband and wife already. And the kids, it's like a ping pong, one side to another side, one side to another side, one side to another side, one side to another side. It messes with the child's mind. And when those kids grow up, you know what happens, folks? They have a dislike, because they remember the trauma what they went through, what mother used to do to dad, what dad used to do to mother, and the difficulty they went through, it creates a massive problem in the household. It creates a massive problem in the household. So my brothers and sisters, right, this topic can go on for a very, very long time. My time is very, very limited, and I probably will touch upon it on another day. We need to be civil about it. We need to be insan about it. And we need to be fair about it. Everybody look into their own heart. Everybody look in their own heart, right? And I will also say again, when the lady moves on, a second, and she decides to get married again, we talk about the husband moving on. If the lady moves on, and then she says, thank you very much, I have got no time for my kids, then that's also very, very sad as well, right? It's a really, really difficult one. And honestly, I'm trying to be very, very fair over here. In this area of this, what we're talking about, you get some people who, mashallah, who are very, very decent and have gone about it the right way. And you've got some men who have gone about it the very, very wrong way. And you've got some women who've gone about it very, very wrong as well. And at the end of the day, folks, you've got to remember one thing. Today, the lawyers are on your side, yeah? Today, people in this dunya on your side, and you get friends who'll say to you, no, don't send him to your husband, and you're the woman, and you be strong, and you this. Choose your friends wisely. Choose people who will help you and not mess your life up. Choose people who advise you nicely and will help you in your life, not people who will mess your life up, right? That's one thing. Another thing is, folks, is that at the end of the day, you're answerable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You might have the court ruling, you might have this ruling, you might have that ruling, whatever. At the end of the day, if you've hurt your husband's feeling and you made your husband cry and you deprived him from seeing, and you got to remember, kids, one is you got to face Allah. Another thing is that the kids grow up, and kids grow up very, very quickly, and they will see that my dad wanted to see us, my mum never. Then you know what happens sometimes, folks? Those kids turn against the parent. They either turn against the mother, or they either turn against the father. They either turn against the mother, or either turn against the father. Do not brainwash your children against your partners, right? Like I said, it was your issue with each other. Husband didn't like the wife didn't like the husband. You were two good people, but things just couldn't work between you for whatever reason it was. But don't bring children into it. Don't bring them into the mix. And you're telling the children, your father's like this, and the dad saying to the child, your mother's like this. It's a no-go area. It's an absolute no-go area, right? And so it happens. A mother suffers, the father suffers. You know what? Divorce, as it is, it's so horrible, right? Divorce is such a horrible. The trauma, the suffering, each party goes through. The husband that goes through the trauma, the mother that goes through the trauma, the children that go through difficulty and hardship. It's not easy, folks. It's not easy. That's why I said, don't just give talaq. Don't just dish out talaq for the sake of it, right? It's horrible. It's very, very horrible, right? And I said it earlier, if there's no other solution to it, and talaq is the only way for the betterment of this marriage and the children, then do it in the best way, in the civil way, which Islam tells you one talaq is enough. Get a mufti sahib involved. He'll sit down with you regarding your assets, about your house, about this, and also most importantly about your children. That is the most important thing. At the end of the day, folks, because I've got very little time, I'm going to cut this short. We all are answerable to Allah Ta'ala. One is hukukullah, one is hukukul ibad. One is the rights of Allah, one is the rights of the servants of Allah. Namaz, roza, zakat, hajj is the rights of Allah. Allah can forgive, Allah can punish us. When it comes to rights of each other, brother, sisters, husband, wife, children, etc., etc., this won't be pardoned unless we ask for forgiveness from each other. Rasulullah Sallallahu was asked, who are the poor people? Nabi Sallallahu asked the Sahaba, who are the poor people? Manil Muflis. Nabi Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, Muflis is that person who has no dinar and dirham. Nabi Sallallahu said, nah, the poor person who's going to come on the day of Qiyamah with so many mountains of deeds. But you know what happened, right? You know what will happen? Because they give taklif to a husband, to a wife, to a brother, to a sister, to family, to friends, to neighbors. They hurt people's feelings. So you know what's going to happen? Their gunas, their nekis, good deeds are going to be transferred over to the other people, right? So if you think in this dunya, you know what? You got the support of the government, you got support of the people, you got support of the family. And there's some people, bichara, who don't have family as well. There are some women who don't have family, families in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, etc. There are some guys who don't have family and they're on their own. And we almost bully them into one corner and we hurt them and they got nobody to help them. They got no money, they got no support. And they go through such a difficult time. You can do that, folks. You'll do it. You'll get away with it in dunya. But in the akhirat, there is no getting away. Understand this. In the akhirat, there is no getting away. In the akhirat, there is no getting away, my respected brothers. Keep this in mind. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala first make everybody's marriages fruitful, beautiful, wonderful. And in the end, if it doesn't work out, then please sort it out properly. Get a mufti involved. Try to avoid the courts as much as you can. Go to the right people. Go to the who understand Sharia. People will give you sound and good advice, inshallah, and sort it out in the best way possible. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. I'm sure there's a lot more things which I can say about this, but time doesn't permit me to go into detail. So I hope this has helped. It's not a topic I enjoy. I hate this topic, to be honest, but sometimes it has to be said. It has to be said. And if there's anything I've missed out, please DM me. Please send me a message on my Instagram page, directly to myself. Then inshallah I can sort it out afterwards, inshallah. All right, people. I've only got 4 minutes, and I got to do the giveaway, man. Is Dr. Rizwan here yet? Huh? Oh, he's going to be online. You can wait 2 minutes. Yeah, don't worry. Tell me. I'm his patient. I'm sure he'll get a cut out of it. Right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's see who the winners are today. Right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the FIFA draw once again. And let's hope it's working. Right. Log in. This is not supposed to happen. Why is this happening today? Okay. Right, log in. People, bear with me, inshallah. This shouldn't take too long. Right, I'll try not to make it a fixed one this time, right? Instagram giveaways, let's do it. Okay. 1 second, people. Nearly there. Okay. Right, so we've got 7 prizes today, right? 7 prizes, inshallah. The first 2, yep. Right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Number of winners, 7. 2 of them are from Taz, some beautician person. The other one is from, I don't know what you guys are commenting. I can't see your comments, so I don't know what you guys are laughing at, right? Okay, off we go. And the other ones, I'm going to read them out in it. So we got 3 vouchers at the end. So we've had 256 people taking part. 256 people taking part. And here we go. Are you guys ready, yeah? Okay, Bismillah. The first winner. Okay, hey, we got new winners today, man. So the first winner is Bilal Suwaida. Bilalsuida. Bilal Suwaida. You have won, Bilal Suwaida. You have won luxury wax melts. I don't know if that helps. Luxury wax melts from Wick and Wonder. From Wick. So Jazakallah khair to Wick and Wonder. And you have won yourself a wax melts. All right. Luxury wax. The second winner is the winner of a Kiswa prayer mat. It's a Kiswa prayer mat. And the winner for that is Zaini. The winner of that is Zaini. Zainy. I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl, yeah? It says Zaini 1984. Zaini 1984. And you have won yourself is, what do you call it? From Islamic establishment, a Kiswa prayer mat. And I've seen it and it looks really, really nice. Now the next winner is Detoxifying Facial by Taz Hair and Beauty. Detoxifying Facial by Taz Hair and Beauty. And the winner for that is Sham Member. Is it Shamima Member? Oh my goodness. Sham Member, you have won yourself a wonderful prize. It is a facial, detoxifying facial by Taz and Hair Beauty. And the fourth winner is Wash and Cut Blow Dry. Wash and Cut Blow Dry by Taz Hair and Beauty. And the winner for that is Hanifa 26. So well done, Hanifa 26, mashallah. Hanifa 26, you have won. Eh? Where's the other winners gone? Where's the vouchers gone? I'm sure I did 7. Okay. Right, I'm gonna. Right, guys. I don't know what happened. Only 4 prizes came up today. I'm sure I typed in 7, man. Anyway, these are the main prizes. So what I'm going to do on Thursday, I'm going to give away 7 vouchers, inshallah. I'm going to give away 7 vouchers, inshallah. So the winner for the first prize is Bilal Suwaida. Second prize is Zaini. The first prize is Sham member. And the fourth prize is Hanifa. Sorry, guys. The other 7 vouchers will be, inshallah. Unless I can do another one, yeah? Let me just do it. Just pick out your favorite 3. All right, let me pick out my favorite 3. The payment didn't go through. Like, honest guys, I'll do the other 7 winners, inshallah. 7 vouchers to be on Thursday, inshallah. Tabarak, guys. Okay, so Jazakallah khair. We will get in contact with the winners. Amrin, safe enough. You've won enough now, man. You've won enough now. So, guys, Jazakallah khair. My time is almost up, and has Dr. Rizwan online yet? He's already online. So I got Dr. Rizwan online, guys. So congratulations to all the 4 winners. Jazakallah khair, guys, for your time. And please give Dr. Rizwan as much support as you can. He's online. He's going to take your calls about cupping, about your body, about your hair, about anything, any aches and pains in life. And you want to ask somebody how to help you in life with your physique, with your body, then Dr. Rizwan is online, inshallah. My Instagram people, I'm going to still talk to you. You can take me off mic, but I can still talk to my Instagram people. So Instagram, you don't go away. But radio